Russell Westbrook is headed to Sacramento. At 36 years old, entering his 18th season, the former MVP is joining his 6th team in 7 years. And here's what nobody's really saying out loud. This might be the most important move of his entire career. Not because the Kings are suddenly championship favorites, not because Westbrook's going to magically rediscover his 2017 MVP form, but because this roster, anchored by Domantas Sabonis and DeMar DeRozan, with young pieces scattered throughout, represents his last real chance to prove he can still contribute to winning basketball. Sacramento isn't just another stop on a fading career tour. It's the final audition for how we'll remember Russell Westbrook when it's all said and done. And the roster he's walking into makes this situation way more interesting than people realize. Look at Sacramento's guard rotation now. You've got veterans like DeMar DeRozan at 35 and Dennis Schroeder at 32 running alongside younger guys, Malik Monk, Keon Ellis, Davion Mitchell, and Kevin Huerter. It's a mix of ages and styles without a clear alpha guard dominating possessions. That's where Westbrook enters the picture. He's not coming in to defer to a superstar point guard anymore, but he's also joining a system where the ball runs through Sabonis in the high post. Can Westbrook find his rhythm in a team that needs playmaking but doesn't want someone monopolizing touches? That's the real question. Here's what changes everything. DeMar DeRozan. At 35, he's a ball-dominant wing who thrives in mid-range situations and needs the rock in his hands to be effective. Sound familiar? DeRozan and Westbrook are both from an older generation of basketball. They operate in spaces the modern NBA has largely abandoned. The difference? DeRozan's adapted his game to be more efficient. Westbrook hasn't. Watching these two veterans share the floor will be fascinating. Either they complement each other's aggression or they clash over possessions. There's not much middle ground with players this established in their ways. Domantas Sabonis is Sacramento's offensive anchor, a 29-year-old all-star who facilitates from the elbow, crashes boards, and dictates pace. He's making over $43 million and is the centerpiece of everything Mike Brown wants to do. Westbrook's never consistently played with a non-shooting big who needs this much involvement. In Denver, Jokic ran the show and Westbrook played off him in bench units. In Sacramento, he'll need to figure out how to attack without clogging Sabonis' space. That requires off-ball movement and spot-up shooting. Neither are Westbrook's strengths. Scan that roster one more time. Westbrook is tied with DeRozan as the oldest player, joining a team that's mixing veterans with younger talent like Keegan Murray, Monk, and Keon Ellis. This isn't a win-now super team. It's a franchise still figuring out its identity, and that creates an identity crisis for Westbrook. What exactly is his role here? Sixth man? Veteran mentor? Emergency starter? At 36, after bouncing through 5 teams in 7 years, he needs clarity. Sacramento's roster construction doesn't exactly provide it. This could get messy quickly. Russell Westbrook is joining one of the most unpredictable rosters in the NBA. The Kings don't have a superstar point guard to build around anymore. They've got a collection of solid players, 2 aging veterans in DeRozan and Westbrook, and a coach trying to maximize a team without a clear ceiling. This is the legacy moment. If Westbrook embraces whatever role Mike Brown carves out, brings energy without forcing his will on every possession, and helps Sacramento squeeze into the playoffs, people will remember the resilience, the ability to adapt when the spotlight dims. But if he clashes with DeRozan over touches, disrupts Sabonis' rhythm, or becomes a distraction in a locker room full of guys trying to prove themselves, the narrative shifts permanently, from misunderstood genius to cautionary tale. At 36, with 203 triple-doubles and an MVP trophy, Westbrook's resume is complete. But his legacy, that's still being written. And Sacramento will determine how the final chapter reads.